Hey guys, it's Sim Queen, and today I am building again in Oasis Springs for my save file. This is the third build that I've done so far. This whole area of Oasis Springs, kind of where Johnny Zest's house is going to be dedicated to building mobile homes. So this is the third one that I've done, and I'm going to do one more. The house next door to the left will also be a trailer. So this one is a little bit bigger than your average mobile home. I thought maybe that little part on the end of this, like kind of next to the front door here, was an add-on at some point. I've seen a lot of trailers on mobile homes that have like add-on areas that are probably quite necessary because they're usually quite small. So I thought I could incorporate that. I thought it was kind of realistic. And this trailer has a lot of Sims living in it. I came up with a really fun sort of storyline for the Sims living in this trailer. And I decided it was going to be 6 Sims. 5 of them are children, and 1 of them is a teenager who is raising all of their siblings and still trying to like work. And it's gonna be a bit of a hot mess, but I thought it was kind of a fun idea. It's a little bit inspired by Shameless, but more joy and less criminal activity. I feel like this is a very, maybe dysfunctional, maybe a little bit disorganized, definitely unorthodox, but I thought it was kind of fun, and so that's what's gonna happen. It's a very cluttered little trailer, but I feel like this whole family is very happy, and they all have each other, and they're very family oriented and very close knit, and yeah, as happy as they possibly can be. So the story is the father left. I don't know at what point. I mean, they all have the same parents. Like they're not, and none of them are half siblings. They all have the same mom and dad. The father the father left, and then the mother passed away. So I was thinking, leaving the teenager to raise her siblings. So there is going to be the one teenager, 4 kids and 1 toddler. So it's gonna be a lot. I feel like it'd be kind of a fun house to play in, but also very difficult because there's so many Sims, and I thought they could also have a dog as well. So yeah, it's a bit crazy. I don't know what I was thinking when I came up with that idea. It's definitely not, I mean, you could actually have a teenage Sim live by themselves. I've done it before. You can have them move out on their own, and especially with other kids. But you can have the older Sims die, basically, in the household, leaving the teenager behind, and then you can play with one teenager. So it's kind of head of the household. So that's what this is. So the trailer, it's full of stuff. Like, I felt like the mom definitely had a job. I was thinking maybe she worked as like a prep cook or something like that, like something in the culinary industry that wasn't very high paying, but she definitely was able to pay their bills and sort of fill up this trailer with as much as they needed. And now it's just the teenager. She's probably really behind on the bills. She can't afford much. She kind of has to scrimp and save and use what they have. So they're definitely struggling financially because teenagers can only have part-time jobs. So that would be very tough. And I feel like one of the other kids is close to being a teenager, so once he ages up, he'll be able to go to work or as a teenager, go get a part-time job. I'm not sure if the older sibling would be in school still. I would think probably not, because how would she have time for that? So I don't know. I haven't really thought about that part through completely. I like the idea of her still trying to go to school though. So I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think that she should still go to school. So it doesn't really matter because I'm just putting this story out there as I build their home. But I do think that the guardian, I guess we can call her, I don't have names for them yet because I have not created them. But I think that she would still be in school trying to graduate. And yeah, just trying to raise her siblings as best as she can. I think it'd be definitely a tough lifestyle for sure, but probably really fun to play in this household. I would even love to do like maybe a mini let's play on that. I think that'd be really interesting because I am really interested in this family and their story. I think it's very different, and that's what I've been trying to go for lately, is different households, not just like a mom and a dad and 2 kids, or a married couple, or a single Sim, like something deeper than that with a bigger story. So that's really what I went for here. This home is definitely outdated, as you can tell. It hasn't been like painted. It's got like all these older wood tones. There's lots of carpet. Yeah, it's outdated and I love it. I love outdated builds in The Sims. I don't know why, but they're one of my favorite ones to do. It's just really fun. So put a lot of clutter, books and backpacks and sporting equipment, and as much as I could fill into this little house, I also stacked up like bills and mail wherever I could, because I feel like she'd be behind on the bills for sure, and definitely like struggling to pay those bills every Monday. But also, I mean, they could make their money other ways. They could go out and like dig in those little rock formations, and you can just kind of sell whatever you find there, or like breeding frogs or whatever else, just to make a little bit of extra cash. So it does have one bathroom, which would make things quite difficult. It's also a very small bathroom. I did expand it a little bit because I felt like it was just too small to fit in what I had in mind. So I did do like a little bump out where I put the shower, and that worked a lot better just because the master bedroom is quite large, so it didn't really affect it to have some space taken up for the bathroom. So yeah, you'll see me play around with that a little bit, and finally decided to put the shower in its own little cove, and then that really helped a lot, and I felt like it was a very realistic layout for a bathroom as well. So that kind of worked out. And then the room next to it, or behind it I guess, is the dining room, and at the end I actually decided to put in like a little back deck area, so I put a door in the dining room as well. That way there's two entrances, and it just made more sense because the back of the house seemed empty and bare, so I wanted to put some stuff there. Here I put some toys by the bathtub as well, because I feel like we have a toddler, so why not? The one thing I forgot is a toddler potty though. I did forget to do that. One thing I'm surprised by this, but I did not forget to put a washer and dryer, even though I normally do. I'm not very good at remembering to put in washer and dryers, especially in smaller builds, but I did in this case. I just kind of built like its own little area, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if I can include it in the video or not. That's why I'm mentioning it now. I can't remember if I actually recorded myself doing that. I thought maybe it was like an afterthought, but we'll see how that goes. I put a high chair in the dining room as well, and I just love this house. Has so much stuff. Like, you can tell whoever lives here, well, we know who lives here, but we can tell that this house was not, I mean, they don't care about like home decor or what looks good. They acquired as much stuff as they could. Maybe some of it was donated, or they got it at flea markets or whatever. Nothing is expensive or fancy, but it's definitely filled up and very lived in. And that's what I love about this trailer. And what I love about doing smaller houses with bigger stories is that you can kind of clutter it up and make it look lived in and tell a story. And that's what I really like about this one. So yeah, a lot of like mismatched woods and just whatever else. But I don't know, I like doing houses that are well put together and well thought out and like matching, and you can tell whoever lives there really cares about home decor. But for some reason, I love even more doing homes that are nothing like that. Just a total mess of stuff. Doesn't matter what color, you just put it down and clutter it up. And yeah, for some reason, I really enjoy that. So that's what I'm doing here, just putting a bunch of stuff on the walls. I've got calendars. I did the, this is called the hobby board. I forget what it's called, but you can like set curfews and leave notes and that kind of thing. So I did put that there as well. I feel like she would try to keep as organized as possible, but when you're a teenager raising 5 children, I think it would be very difficult. So yeah, it's probably a little bit of a mess, but I did put that little washer and dryer there with the ironing board as well. And then here is one of the bedrooms. I did this bedroom, all of them share except for this one and the master, the teenager. They don't share with anybody else. And then the other 2 rooms they do have to share. So it was hard to kind of cram in as much stuff as I could into these little bedrooms. Again, I had no regard for what matched. I just put down whatever made sense to me. This room was particularly difficult just because it's quite small, so I decided to do the toddler bed in here, and then a boy's bed as well. So I think it's the teenager is a girl, and then there is one other girl, and then the rest are all boys. So That is what I went for there. I put the lava lamp in there because I never use those and I think they're really cute. So I put that down and just kind of filled up the walls. They're pretty small bedrooms, so it wasn't hard to fill these up, that's for sure. And then in the other bedroom, I thought it was maybe two older kids. One of them is almost a teen. The boy is almost a teen. So not a lot of toys and stuff like that in this room. I thought maybe they could be like the pre-teens, I guess you could call them. So it's not too cluttered, not too childish. I mean, a little bit it is, but as I put down like teddy bears and a weird little bookshelf. But yeah, they're the ones that are definitely going to be kind of outgrowing this space. So I did put like a toy box and some stuff on the walls. And then this is the master bedroom, the teenager's room. So I put this bed here against the wall since she's the only one sleeping in it. I didn't think it mattered if you could walk around other side, so I just put it right up against the wall, put in a dresser, and then I think I put in a desk and a bookshelf as well, and like a really cheap little junky laptop, like the cheapest one you can get, just so she can at least have that, I guess. And I don't know, maybe she'll need it for work one day, or I'm not sure, but I thought every house should have at least like a little laptop or tablet of some kind. So I put that down, and it's not as cluttered as the other spaces, but I did try to clutter it as much as I could. I did put a little dog bed because I thought maybe they could have a little dog. Just why not? Like, why not add more chaos to the situation? So I did put a pet bowl. I didn't forget that. Normally I do, but this time I actually remembered. And I was just trying to find a place to put dog toys as well. And so now we're on to the outside. I don't know why I wanted that little fence there, or like the fence on the deck to be green, but I wanted it to be green. So that's what we went for. And the back one matches as well. I did put quite a few trees as well to fill up the lot. I'm a big fan of trees. They look realistic, and I like the way that they kind of close in the space. And yeah, I do put in quite a few trees. And I like this little tire. I never use it. The tire with the flowers growing in it, I think it's really cute, but I almost never use it. So I put that down as well. And I used more like bushes and flowers than I normally do in Oasis Springs. I did put some like a cactus here and there and some like succulent type things, but I did want some bushes with flowers because that's just my go-to, and they kind of help frame a house really nicely as well. So I put those down, and I did put a lot of stuff in the backyard, or I guess the side yard you could call it. They've got a swing, monkey bars, there's like a kiddie pool, picnic table, as much as I could put in there, because I thought maybe like the kids spend as much time outside as they could, because the house is very small and it's not a lot of space for 6 Sims, so they try to go outside as much as they can. But yeah, I didn't do any like gardening spaces or anything like that. I did put in like some lounge chairs, but yeah, it's mostly just an area for the kids to play, and I want it to look as put together as possible. I didn't want it to be a huge mess because then it's an eyesore for the rest of the neighborhood. So I did my best with that. And the bucket for the water balloons as well, I placed that down. And yeah, I'm really excited to create this family. I've got them in my head pretty much. I just need to go into CAS and create them, give them some cool names, and yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see the townies that I create too. I'm not sure how I'm going to introduce those, but I'll find a way to do that. And here I did like a little path from the front to the back, and then framed it in with some bushes as well. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't remember what else I did. I did add a window to the front of the house here. I'm not sure if I include that in the video as well, but that wall there, it looked too plain. I need another window, so I added that in, and then some planter boxes as well under a couple of the windows. And I think the last detail I do is like the chimney and some stuff on top of the roof. There's the window there. I just felt like it really needed that window to sort of bring it together. But if you guys enjoyed this speed build, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.